I'm Chef Josie, and let's queer up social justice. Wilton Manors gay man killed in partner's arms in New Year's Eve shooting. A Fort Lauderdale man says his partner was killed by a stray bullet on New Year's. Talking to local 10 News, Christopher Dillon said that Angel Nunez visited him on New Year's and died while they were on his pool deck. Dillon said that Nunes came to surprise him at his home that evening, and while the couple embraced, Dillon said he saw a flash and Nunes collapsed. Authorities confirmed the death is being investigated as a homicide caused by celebratory gunfire. Police believe the bullet may have come from across the Middle River in Wilton Manors, and officers urge anyone with information on the celebratory gunfire to contact Fort Lauderdale police. First responders transported Nunes to Broward Health Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead. Authorities have not made a statement as to whether this was a gay hate crime. So this is sad. You know, I live here, so we have a little bit more information that's, given to us. And I read about their story, and Angel was making a commitment to make it home, to see Dillon, to be there for the New Year's kiss.
Yeah.
And so this really kind of hits home because, this year has been like a year of breakups, and I think everybody has.
Yeah, it's been a tough freaking year.
It's been a tough year, and here we have this one couple who's fighting to get to that kiss on New Year's Eve, and their New Year's was then disrupted by this tragic event.
Yeah.
They're talking about investigating it, whether it's a hate crime. Come on, guys. It's not a hate crime. We live in the South. People start shooting guns up in the...
We have a gun problem, not a hate.
We have a gun problem.
In this particular case, celebratory gunfire. That doesn't go together.
It just doesn't make no sense. If something goes up, guess what? It has to come down somewhere. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, come on. That doesn't make any sense at all.
None.
So, firecrackers are bad enough. But when you really think this is a lethal operating system that you have in your hand, okay? You can kill things. You can kill people with it. And you're going to go shoot up in the air and not expect for it to kill someone? Angelo was a sweet man. Like, I've done a Julian's Fountain of Youth, the reverse quinceañera I've hosted for the last 3 years, and Angel was one of the volunteers, okay? No one sweeter on earth than this man. Can I walk you to your car? Can I help you with something? Are you okay? I know you're a girl and it's nighttime, blah, blah, blah. Things like that like gay boys don't usually give a crap about us, okay? And except you, Glenn.
Okay, except you. Argue that point.
And he was very thoughtful and very sweet. And his relationship with Christopher was so beautiful. And it breaks my heart because Christopher just lost a partner.
Yeah.
This is not the first time that he's dealing with that kind of a loss. No one deserves that shit. No one deserves that.
Yeah.
So it's not a hate crime. It's an idiot crime. It's a moronic crime. It's someone who is so selfish that only thinks about themselves. That is what it is.
No, they weren't thinking at all. The fact that you held the gun again, it makes no sense. It's not a celebratory thing at all. And I got to imagine for Keith, Christopher, sorry. That what he's going through, because he was standing right there, could have just as easily been him.
Yeah.
Exactly. Depending on how it hits.
Yeah. It could have been him. He was literally right next to him having a midnight kiss.
Talk about, and after PTSD, both having 2 deaths recently and then, being so close to
death yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it could have been anybody at this table. The reality is that once New Year's hits, right, you're celebrating, you're happy, you're in the moment. I remember telling Teresa, let's go outside and see the fireworks, and hold each other, right? She goes, I ain't going out there, you crazy. My wife is like that, right? And then when the story came out, see, you wanted me to go outside, look what happened to poor Angel, It's sad, and like Josie said, it's just freaking tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fragile. It's so fragile to have, this type of experience, within our community, because it resonates with all of us and on some sort of level. And life is so precious that you just never know when.
And so short.
Yeah.
Well, and on that note, that's where the invitation on this 5th anniversary, we get to invite the viewers today to go out and make sure the people who you love know you love them.
Yeah.
Right.
Because tomorrow is not guaranteed. And there's nothing in this world so terrible that we can't forgive each other, that we can't repair relationships, that we have to not talk to our family members, or there's none of that. Like, there's nothing that important or that tragic even that we have to be that way with each other. And if we could dig ourselves a little bit deeper and show some empathy and compassion to our sisters, our brothers, our neighbors, our family, everyone, you know, at least when these things happen, at least you know your conscience is clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anybody who hears this story, please be that beacon of love and hope for Christopher, because he has to need it during this time. And everyone send your thoughts and prayers that way. So that is a big LGBTQ story for today, and there is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by subscribing and sharing Queer News Tonight.